What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jannar. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I do all things Sims 4. Yeah, that's it, right? Anyway, today we're gonna do something different. Everybody's been asking me like, hey, how do you do all these real cool cinematic camera movements in your videos, especially my TikTok videos, and a lot of times in my speed builds and when I'm like narrating a specific scene. The movements of the camera is real smooth. So today I'm gonna give you a more in-depth version of the one that I posted on TikTok. So here it is. This is how you do cinematic movements in The Sims 4. Alright, so what we're gonna do first, we're gonna do two things. I'm just gonna show you the basic movements of how I would do things, and then I'm gonna show you a more in-depth, like how you go into your camera settings and can change the velocity, the speed of the movements. Alright, so first of all, first thing, to get into what I like to call free cam mode, that means when you're in free cam mode, you hit tab. So this is regular live mode, and then when you hit tab, you're still in live mode, but you can kind of get rid of your UI graphics and all your other graphics on the screen. So this just eliminates that. So if you wanted to basically record without having the UI and other graphics and stuff, that's the best way to do it. So if you wanted to move down, or you wanted to move forward or up or back or to the right, back, and then to the left here, it's just all keys. So Q will go down, W will go forward, E will go up, and then you can do S to go back, and then A to the left, and then D to the right. So those are your basic camera movements. You can also use your arrow keys to do your basic left, right, forward, backwards as well. And then if you don't want to do that, you can also zoom in, zoom out with the mouse. So that's your basic movements. Now to set camera points, you're gonna use Ctrl and then your number keys 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to be able to set specific points. So let's just say I want my first point to be right here. Let's go like maybe right here, right? So I can hit Ctrl 5 and set my control point to right where it's at now. And let's just say I want to make some small little subtle movements. And maybe let's just keep the little the house kind of in the center, and then let's say we want that to be our second part. So now that's our second camera point. I'm gonna set that as with Control 6 on the actual number key row on your keyboard. So I'm gonna hit Control 6. So now if I hold down Shift, it will take me in free cam mode. It'll take me to my first camera point. So let's hit Shift 5. Boom. So now that's my first camera point. Shift 6 will take you to the second camera point if you want to get there fast. That's my second camera point. This also helps if you're doing a lot of stop motion stuff. So let's just say you wanted to create a stop motion video where you're removing and adding items to replace them. So now if I want to make movements, okay, so I just hit Shift 5 because it takes me there quicker. So if I only want to make the movement to this point, to any point that I've already set, which I've only set 2 points, I set point Control 5 and Control 6. So we're at my first camera angle right now. So if I want to move from this angle to any angle that I've already set, I would just hit the number key, not Control or Shift, just the number key. So I'm gonna just hit 6. I'm gonna tap 6, and it's gonna move from this point to wherever I had the point. So, and that's your basic movement. See how smooth that is, though. A lot of people too would set all 4 of their camera points from like 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then they will go from one point to the next and then to the next point. That's if I do that if I'm doing something a little bit more on the live element, but because I'm recording a lot of my content, I just use 2 camera points, because that's all I need. But if I'm like maybe streaming, maybe I'll set all 5 key points, and then we can all watch together live, and then I got 5 different camera points where I can kind of move from one point to the next, but to do 5 different points, if that makes sense. I did a lot of that in sim sessions. That helped a lot in sim sessions. And we're gonna go ahead and just play it through and see how this turns out. All right, so we got one sim sitting down, and once we get the other sim cooking, then we'll make our other movement. We can go ahead and make the movement. It doesn't really matter. So let's just say we got our scene. I'm gonna hit 6. It's gonna slowly go from that point to point 6, and then I'm gonna go from this point to point 7, scaling backwards, and then point 8 is gonna ped up and tilt down a little bit. Actually, no, I didn't do it right, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. And then point 9 is gonna do that other little shift like that. You see? So now I'm gonna show you one more thing, and then we're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna show you how to go into your actual camera settings, into your actual folder, and set up different parameters for different speeds and durations of camera movements. So if you're on Mac, it might be a little hard to find. So what I did was I just opened up the actual app itself, which can be found in the applications. And then once you're in applications, you can just go to the Sims app, and then you can show package contents, and then go into the contents folder, and then this RES folder is where you will find the VideoCamera.ini. That's what you're gonna want to go. But there's also an easier way. If you're on Windows, you can just go to Program, Origin Games, to Sims 4, Game, Bin, RES. I'll throw this stuff in the caption in the video. Or you can also go to ProgramFiles, x86, Origin Games, to Sims 4, Games, Bin, Res, and then it will be this file here, VideoCamera.ini. And then once you open it up, you get your parameters here in Notepad. So here's where you can basically change how fast it goes, if you want it to ease in, ease out. So there's different variations, and what I like to do is I like to just go down here and change camera 5 and camera 6 to the same thing. So I like slow movements, so I'm going to change my Interpolator, so I'm going to change my speed time, which is right here, to 8. So I want my point from one point to the next point to last 8 seconds. So the longer your number is, the slower the movement. The lower that is, the faster your movement. So if you have like 4 seconds, then it's going to take 4 seconds to get to point A to point B. So if you have like one point and your other point's like a massive rotation, then it's gonna rotate pretty fast. Now there's another thing. There's 3 different types of different styles of that you can do. So you can do what we call EasyOut, which it kind of starts fast, ends slow. And then you have EasyIn, which starts slow but ends fast. Those are cool, but typically I do a regular linear. So I just do where it starts out the same speeds. But you can do an EasyInOut as well, where it starts slow but it speeds up during the midway point, and then it slows back down. So it just depends. So keep those in mind: EasyOut, EasyIn, EasyInOut. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and test some of these out real quick. Not all of them, but we'll just do a few just to give you an idea of what each movement may look like. I typically do linear, so instead of doing linear, we'll do like an EasyInOut, which is my second go-to when I'm not in linear. Again, linear is just a basic movement with no changes of speed. So I want you to see what EasyInOut looks like. So it starts slow, speed up, and then ends slow. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and change these parameters to EasyInOut, and then we'll do this on camera 5 and camera 6 as well. I'm gonna also change this to maybe like 4 seconds, just so you can see the speed difference from 4 seconds to 8 seconds. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and save, so that way it saves the information, so you don't have to come in here every time. So once I exit out of this, Sims 4 will know that these are my parameters until I change them again. I usually like to keep this up if I'm changing it, because again, I love linear and I usually don't need to do anything outside of that. So let's go ahead and check it out. So I'm already in free cam mode, because you just hit tab, you get in free cam mode. We're going to go ahead and get to our point fast. So we're going to do shift 5. So here's our shot, and shift 6 will take us to the second point. So that's our second shot. So to get to that point, we're gonna go ahead and hit 6 just so you can see what EasyInOut looks like at 4 seconds. See how it speeds in, ease on out. See what I'm saying? All right, cool. So that's EasyInOut. For those who want something like that, could be a nice little dramatic scene if you wanted to do that. There you have it. Let's do an EasyIn type thing. EasyIn is kind of like a start slow, end fast. All right, let's try this. All right, here we go. So we're gonna hit Control 6. I'm sorry, just gonna hit the number 6. And then boom. See how fast it starts slow but goes out fast. See? So you can do something with that, you know? All right, let's look at the next one. EasyOut. We'll do an EasyOut jammy jam. All right, here is EasyOut. All right. Fast, start out slow. See? That's a good shot too. This could be an intro shot for like, say you want to be like, you want to hit them with like check out this mobile home. Boom. Goes in quick. Bam, bam. All right. So let me show you again my linear at 4 seconds, and then we'll switch it off. Let me show you my linear at 4 seconds, and then we'll switch it off to back to 8 to my preferred. Set our first shot, which is there. Shift 5 will get you right there to your point, and then we're gonna just hit Control. Well, not even Control. We're gonna hit 6. Hit the 6 button. Bam. See, just a straight linear, no fast at the beginning, just one constant movement. 4 seconds. See how fast that is? Check this out though. Wait when I change it to 8 seconds. So now that we're at 8 seconds, check out how slow it's gonna be. How slow this movement's gonna be. See, just a little bit slower and a lot smoother. See how that works out? Now check this out though. We're gonna go. So you see how close we are? I'm gonna go ahead and set my point there, but this time I'm gonna make a small movement about like that. So see, watch how slow it's gonna take to get to that point. Now this makes awesome dramatic slow movements. So that's what I'm saying. Don't go overboard with your movements from one point to the next. Make them short, so that way it's short, sweet, and it's slow, depending on what you're trying to capture and the mood you're trying to set. So check this out. See how slow that is? And that's gonna just extend for 8 seconds. See? By then, I'm already moved on from the shot. But now here's when things can get, even at 8 seconds, I'll show you. All right, say I'm here, but I wanna go all the way down here. So just be mindful of how far you set your points. So we're way over here. I'm gonna set my point here. This is point 6. So 5, 6. Now I'm gonna zoom all the way out to that point. So I'm gonna hit 6. See how fast that is, but it's still smooth. It's linear, and it's gonna take 8 seconds ish to get to the next point. Boom. See? That's not bad. Now just imagine if I change that to 4 seconds, it'll be way faster. And we'll do the same thing. Free cam mode. All right, here we go. I'm gonna hit 5 because we're in 6 right now. See how faster that was? Yeah, see? And that's at 4 seconds. Just imagine we're at 2 seconds. It'll be like even faster. So check it out. So let's just see what this looks like now. Let's go. See? See how fast that is? And I honestly think they default you at 2 seconds. So keep that in mind. Most movements are this fast. So even if I was here and I wanted to make a movement right like this, it's still going to be fast, even though it's the distance from one point to the next is relatively short, but it's going to take 2 seconds. So look how fast this is. You know, still pretty fast. But if I gave it enough time to breathe though, if we gave it that 8 second mark at linear, which is this is my go-to. This is why my stuff I think looks really nice and cinematic, because it's just slow. All right, so then when I hit 6, see how smooth that is? Nice. And I hope you guys learned something today. I don't do a lot of these tutorials, but I think I might do it if you guys wanted me to do it. People kept asking, and I delivered. The villains and villainettes should be happy with this. And if you like this and you get value out of this, be sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know this is some valuable content, because everybody's been asking me, like, how do you do these camera movements? We want to know, and I've always given you guys like a very short form of it. So here's a more in-depth version of how you can really make awesome camera movements. It's super easy and anybody can do it. So with that being said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, like I always say, I'll see you when I see you. Peace! Shoot. Drop my dang on phone.